I'm Paul Begley. Good morning. How are you? St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day. Are you serious? The luck of the Irish. The luck of the Irish. Let's have a little fun today because I tell you, the news we're going to talk about today, it's not fun at all. But anyway, March 17, 2011, St. Patrick's Day. What kind of condition is the world in? It's in a crisis of biblical proportions. It's beyond our comprehension as we enter into it. But I thought I'd stop for a moment and say St. Patrick's Day, of course, and the Irish are celebrating. And my family migrated from Ireland to America. We were called the O'Begleys. O'Begley. Now we took the O off for Paul. So I am Paul Begley. And my ancestors did that years and years ago. My family also married in with the Cherokee Indians, and so I have 6% Native Indian in me, a Native American. And so we pay tribute to that. And I married a beautiful young lady, my high school sweetheart, who was raised Catholic and has Russian and Polish blood. So there you go. That pretty well covers the planet, doesn't it? Oh my, we've got serious problems going on right now in Japan, and I want to quickly get there. Remember I did a video a few days ago, 2, 3, 4 days ago. I said, evacuate Japan, get them out. I'm saying it again today. Get the people out of Japan now. Let me read an article. This is Reuters. The United States have showed increasing alarm about Japan's nuclear crisis on Wednesday and urged its citizens to stay clear of an earthquake-crippled power plant, going further in its warnings than Japan itself. The State Department said the United States has chartered aircrafts to help Americans leave Japan and have authorized the voluntary departure of family members of diplomatic staff in Tokyo. Also, this is going to add up to about 600 people. Now, the State Department strongly urges United States citizens to defer travel to Japan, and at this time that they should stay away from Japan and should consider Japan and depart. Now, that's the State Department. They're urging Americans, don't go to Japan. This is a huge statement. If you understand the amount of thousands of Americans that travel to Japan, thousands of military personnel that we have on the island of Japan or in the battleships around it, and the thousands of family members of military personnel that are also stationed there. And I don't see where the United States is saying to the military families, you can leave if you want to, we'll get you out of there. They're not saying it to them. They're only saying it to their diplomatic staff. But I think you're going to see it coming because as this nuclear reactors continue to melt down, they're going to have to do what I've been saying. Evacuate from the island of Japan. Get out of there before it's too late. Quit dragging our feet. You know this thing is bad. You know it's melting down. It's just like the Libya situation. Let me just get there for a second. Come on, guys. The people rose up against Muammar Gaddafi, and they drove him into a corner in Tripoli. And they were on the verge of taking over. But they didn't have the money. They didn't have the weapons. They didn't have the artillery. And they begged and begged America or England or France or anybody from the NATO countries, please protect us with just a no-fly zone so that we can move on in and finish this guy off. He's been a dictator for 41 years. And instead, Obama said, he must go, he must go. And then he goes off and has a school lunch summit, holds a bullying conference, plays golf for the 61st time since he's been president, and that's fine. Filled out his NCAA bracket. And then what? Picking tulips in the rose garden and planting tulips in the rose garden? What is he doing? I don't want to throw off on the President of the United States because he is our leader, and I'm praying for him. But what's he doing? And so what happens? Gaddafi takes more ground and slaughters thousands of his own people. And we still sit around and twiddle our thumb. The whole world's doing it. That same lethargic leadership is what's going on now with Japan. Get them out of there. Quit nickel and diming. And I'm really upset at the Japanese government because you've lied to the people. To the Emperor of Japan, you have lied. You're more worried about your empire than you are about the people's. Tell them the truth. They've been hit with an earthquake. They've been hit with a tsunami. And now they're going to die a slow, horrible, grievous sores of cancerous death because you refuse to act. I got to control myself a moment. I got to control myself just a moment. Let me finish the article. I got to hurry, okay? So, United States officials have warned about the risk of getting anywhere near the nuclear power plants, the area, and they rely on their own officials now for the details of the danger, thus cannot trust the Japanese government. The situation has deteriorated in the days since the tsunami, and the situation has grown at times worse with potential greater damage and fallout from these reactors, says White House spokesman Jay Carney. The U.S. officials took pains not to criticize the Japanese government, which has shown signs of being overwhelmed by the crisis. And trust me, I don't want to criticize them either. You guys have heard me say that. I'm praying for Japan. I'm praying for the people of Japan. But part of that action behind my prayer, I can pray for the people. God help them. He can send them all kinds of things. He can blow the wind different ways. He can do a lot of stuff to help people be found. But unless the Japanese government does something, I'm going to have to speak out and pray against them. I don't want to do that. But if they're standing in the way, Jesus, I think that one of the old prophets said this way, some won't come in and stand in the door and hinder them that would. Come on, get in or out. United States President Barack Obama told Japanese prime ministers in a telephone call that the United States will do all that it can to help Japan recover, but we must start evacuating some of our diplomats and families. The president briefed them on additional support being provided by the United States, including the specialized military assets with expertise in nuclear response and consequence management. The State Department recommended the United States citizens within 50 miles of the plant leave the area and stay indoors. I'm going to take it another further. Get off the island. Get off the island. Now, Gregory Jaco, the top U.S. nuclear regulator, cast doubt on the efforts to cool the overwhelming reactors, saying the workers may be hit with lethal doses of radiation. Those 50 people, and I think they sent in more now. We need to pray. We need to pray. Oh my God. It's probably, they're expecting the death toll now to get somewhere in the 11,000, 12,000 range. We're running out of time. There's a man who blessed me yesterday and is sending me a brand new camera. Just wants to bless me. He's sending me a brand new camera so that I can record segments longer than 10 minutes. I'm using an iPhone. It's a good quality iPhone, but it only gives me up to 10 minutes on a segment. And this man that's responding, this individual who wants to bless me, God bless you and thank you. I guess he's already ordered it and it's on its way. So soon, I'll have a brand new camera and I'll be coming to you with longer segments. I'll be able to get into this thing and not have to back away. Well, I'm Paul Begley. We need to pray. Are you saved? Do you see the signs of the second coming? I'm going to get into some more Bible prophecy in the next segment. I'm going to dig out some scriptures for you. But we are nearing, without question, the events are unfolding before us of the soon rise of the Antichrist, the establishment of the one world government, including the monetary system of the mark of the beast. Will you be able to stand with God? Are you saved? Send me a personal message right now. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. I will respond to you back and forth. I'll give you scriptures. We'll pray, and you can find Christ as your Savior. I'm Paul Begley. Pray for the people of Japan.